From Flash to the baby-faced assassin, the NBA is full with a whole bunch of nicknames, but there tend to be some nicknames that a lot of people do not know of, and in today's video we're going to talk about some of those nicknames and just how funny it is that some people don't even know what some of these are. But for the first player that we're going to talk about Nik Stauskas. Nik Stauskas was a guard that played for the Nets and the Sixers as well as the Sacramento Kings. And in a closed caption, Stauskas was called the Sauce Castillo instead of his actual name. A fan saw it pass by and shared it on Twitter, and then eventually Nik Stauskas decided to embrace his new nickname rather than fight it, which is actually pretty funny because I don't even think he's still in the league anymore, so I guess Sauce Castillo is the furthest that he's ever going to get to another NBA contract. But the next player that we have is Andre Drummond, who apparently said that his favorite animal is a penguin, and even went as far as to embracing his nickname by starring in a video wearing a penguin costume on. And I believe it was a Snapchat filter. I'm gonna put the picture up on the screen, and it led to people calling Andre Drummond, I kid you not, the Big Penguin. That's just not even a creative nickname. It just sucks. But let's just move on. The next player that we got is Matthew Dellavedova. Apparently Matthew Dellavedova has the nickname Outback Jesus. I'm gonna give you guys a second to compose yourselves after hearing Jesus and Matthew Dellavedova in the same sentence. But apparently the origin of this name is actually pretty obvious. Delly being from Australia, aka the Outback, and him having Jesus quote unquote hair and a beard to go along with it, so apparently they called him the Outback Jesus. Let's move on to the next person before I throw up. But next we got TJ McConnell, and depending on who you are, you might laugh or you might just roll your eyes at his nickname, which is White Iverson. And it goes back to a game the Sixers were playing where they played the song White Iverson by Post Malone, and that's when TJ McConnell had scored a 3, and a fan added the nickname to McConnell's Wikipedia page afterwards. And then McConnell got in touch with the nickname, got a jersey with White Iverson on the back, and the rest was history. But let's move on to the next player. This one is definitely frustrating because I remember when they used to call this guy this, and it is Andrew Wiggins, called Maple Jordan. And I believe it's still a nickname that sticks with him. You know, it's a Canada thing, the whole Maple aspect. I think everybody knows that, as he was projected to be one of the best players in the league. And some people thought he would be the best player in the NBA right now, as the comparisons to not only LeBron, Kobe, but obviously Michael Jordan continued. But those things are dead now. Let's move on to the next player. We got Draymond Green, who has the nickname Dancing Bear. Draymond Green was nicknamed Dancing Bear back in his college days at Michigan State, which referred to his size, quick feet, and attitude, which makes sense, honestly. Draymond Green being a former Defensive Player of the Year winner, and the fact that, you know, he's big and bulky, quick feet. You don't expect bears to be quick and fast, but if you ever encounter one, which I hope you do not, you will know just how fast and quick they are. It's a perfect nickname, to be honest. The dancing part's a little silly, but I think we all get the point. But moving on to the next person that we got Caris LeVert, who has the nickname Baby Durant. For those who do not know, Caris LeVert is one of the better guards on the Brooklyn Nets team, and actually dropped 50 earlier on this year, coming back from a devastating leg injury. And in the closeout game against the Raptors, actually dropped 35 points. But considering the fact that they got swept, nobody really cares. He's in his 4th year in the NBA. Next year will be his 5th. And he will be turning 26 years of age, and a lot of people think he has a bright future. Hence, a lot of people called him Baby Durant back in college. And it was kind of fitting, at least now in hindsight, as Kevin Durant was one of the bigger names that offered LeVert some encouragement when he fractured his foot. But moving on to the next player that we have CJ Miles. For those who do not know, CJ McCollum was a nice little role player, spent some time in Indiana and Toronto. Those are the teams he's known for. And his nickname was actually CJ Kilometers instead of CJ Miles, which is actually the most clever nickname out of anybody on this list so far. And the nickname is pretty obvious, but it's still funny because after CJ signed a contract with the Raptors, he earned the nickname, and of course the Raptors are a Canadian team, so you have to have a different metric system than the US. And honestly, I just think it fits in perfectly. Not only the fact that it correlates with his name, miles and kilometers, all of that, that's funny and all, but the fact that he is a shooter, so he's shooting it from deep, kilometers, miles. I mean, maybe I'm reaching with that connection, but you guys get my point here. But that concludes this video, y'all. Let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about it. If you enjoyed these kind of videos, let me know down below. Drop a like so I can keep making fire content. Hit that subscribe button and that bell. This is your boy David from NBA Knowledge. Y'all stay safe and have a great day. I'm out. Peace.